It's common to fill our minds with unnecessary data. We wonder what someone would say about us, what they think about us. Do they think that we're a bad person, a good person? What do they think about the experiences that we've gone through? Have they labeled us? We wonder what our children may think about us. Are we a good enough parent? Do we say the right thing? Do we do the right thing? Should we do this? Should we do that? Our spouses, our significant others, do they really love us? Are they with us because of other reasons? Our employers, do they really care about you? Do they are they paying you what you're worth? Are they seeing the real you? Does the world see the real you? And we fill our minds with labels and words and restrictions, starting from, oh my gosh, probably while we're in wound, we're hearing things. Even though we're not making sense of it, the brain is taking in information. And so not only do we have the blueprint from our family history, genetics, but we're also listening or hearing or soaking up what people are saying, unless we get to a point where we realize that we cannot be defined by others' labels. We cannot be defined by our experiences, that no one on earth can define us. Because although we came through our parents, through our mother, through that DNA mix, we are not of the world. We were handcrafted to perfection for this earthly journey. And our outer covering, our skin color, our nails, our hair, our dialect, tone, our beliefs, all of that they do not define us. They are experiences that we have here on earth. And many people are struggling. They're struggling with their thought process because what we think is often what we experience. So if we think that we are of this world, if we think that we are our experiences, if we think we are what people say about us, then no wonder we're having issues with sleeping, with getting adequate sleep, insomnia affecting millions of people, and other sleep disorders. No wonder many of us are overweight. We're eating a lot emotionally. We're overworked. We're tired. We're trying to please our bosses, our husbands, our children, our friends. We're trying to live to their expectations outside of the realm of how we are to live in life. We're confining ourselves, stressing ourselves out, increasing our cortisol level and our abdomen and diabetes, and we're under prolonged stress, and so we have all these inflammatory um, are all of these hormones, neurotransmitters that are circulating or that are in reduced amounts, like serotonin and norepinephrine, that's increasing mental health issues, these diagnoses that we have, depression, and we're we're rewarding ourselves with external bandages, food, drugs, sex, you name it, because of this. Part of it is this internal record player that we have going on in our minds every day, reminding us not of who we are, but of these limitations that we've picked up, these opinions, these labels. And the way that we break that is that we remember we can't not be defined by this world. We should tackle our minds and remove these weeds, these thoughts and opinions of others. Change the record that says, I cannot be defined. I am here to experience. The covering of what I have does not define me. That no matter who it is, they will have their opinions. They will have their labels they want to stick on me, but I do not have to wear those labels. I do not have to wear those opinions. I do not have to struggle and stress out about life, that I can experience life without becoming it, becoming the world. Being in, you can be in the, you can be there, but you don't have to be of it. You don't have to let it change your internal programming to a point that you become lost and live in fear and start hating yourself and disliking yourself. You don't have to stress out and overwork and overdo things, but you are more content and more at peace with your life. And so, whatever it is, and we can tell when something is really bothering us. What thoughts, initial thoughts, do you wake up in the morning with? Are they your thoughts? Are they someone else's thoughts? Someone that you've allowed to mask who you are out of fear, out of a need to belong, because we all want to belong. We want to feel like we matter, we mean something, that we're more than just a number, a patient. We're more than just um, a marriage, that we want a relationships. We want relationships. We're here to have relationships. To serve others with this gift, miraculous gift of love through our arts, through our creativity, singing, dancing, whatever it may be that excites you and brings you to life. For me, it's writing. It's seeing the magic that occurs between a writing utensil, whatever it may be, and a blank sheet of paper. I love the ability to recreate life through art, through colors, different mediums, dancing, teaching, speaking. And when we own that, when we own who we are on the inside, we don't allow people on the outside to define us. We have conviction, we have purpose, we have meaning. We're going to take care of our bodies to the best of our abilities. We know that everything else, that food is there to help sustain the body as it positions us to share our divine messages with the world. Too many people are struggling through nursing. That was one of the first things that I saw as a child, where my introduction to pain, the generational cycle of pain, where people were projecting pain on others, were sharing their pain because they didn't know how to get rid of something that they picked up that often did not belong to them. The labels that they wore, my father, family members, mothers and friends, and other fathers, and just seeing that and seeing people be deterred by those labels and opinions. So many people, we go down paths that end up being destructive, harmful. We get off the beaten path because we feel that we too must struggle. And some of us feel that we must share our pain in harmful ways. And Throughout my career as a nurse, I saw people being defined by their diagnosis and hearing those childhood stories that often led them down their paths, their harmful paths, being lost and afraid and struggling and suffering because they felt they had to. And there's a door of possibilities. There's a path that tells you that you don't have to suffer, giving you the mindset that although you see, although you experience, you do not become the experience. There's a separation that happens, a rightful separation. Separation is because you know who you are. Deep down inside, you know who you are, and it reflects in how you speak to others, how you treat others, what you think about others, how you um, adapt in life, how you what you do when people say things that are unkind, that are harmful, those potential labels and opinions, because they're speaking out of their hurt, they're speaking out of their limitations. That is the freedom that I want to experience. That is the freedom I want you to experience. And the way that we get to that is by tackling that data that we've allowed to come into our inner garden, into our subconscious mind, into our lives. And it's through one thought at a time, that we assess it, that we address it, that we face it, not out of fear, but out of an expectation of everlasting freedom. That once we tackle one thought and we put it in its rightful place, it does not belong to me, it does not define me. I am not that. I may have experienced it, but I am not that. Once we tackle one thought, after we tackle that thought, we then open our minds to other thoughts, other seeds, other weeds, other opinions and labels. And then as we become more efficient and effective, we realize that we don't need to take in the seeds at all. They do not need to become this internal record player that consistently plays in our mind and take up unnecessary space and rightful space that belongs to us, to have the freedom and the peace, to be at peace with ourselves, to be at peace with life. Because we know that we are more than what we experience. We are more than just a mother, a father, a child. We are more than just black, white, brown. We are more than just a Christian, a Muslim. We are more than just a teacher, a principal, the president. We open the door to possibilities. We open the door to just experiencing life the way that it was meant for us to experience, not the way for others, not the way that the path that others have gone down to, but we are on our rightful path, displaying our rightful gifts, talents, learning from life instead of blaming and hurting. But we love. We have compassion. We have grace and mercy. We trust in the infinite what we don't see. When we cultivate the mindset, the rightful mindset that we came here with, we cultivate it, we are free. We are free to experience. We are free to be. I hope that your Sunday is off to a great start. And realize the very important thing to realize that you don't have to struggle. You don't have to suffer this lifetime. We just have to wake up. Wake up and see ourselves for who we really are. This is Tamika Chambers with Create a Generational Love Cycle. One person awakeness can lead to another, another and another and another. This is the podcast where I discuss how we can actually break the cycle of pain by creating a generational cycle of love. Make this week great. Make this lifetime great because you still can. No matter what, you still can.